Hello everyone! My name is Kiray Vacuo and I'm your host and your void with voice. Here's to entertain you, and here may or may not be entertaining to you, or went off a tangent yapping loud. Sorry, I messed up my opening. Either way, welcome everyone! Oh yeah, I haven't downloaded my VLC yet, so you guys can't see too much things, and I haven't really put the chat in there, so even you guys talk to me, you guys won't see the chat at all. Whew, there's quite lots of things I still need to fiddle with. Either way, hello there. Let me have a sip of my, hold on a bit, desi ice. Hope I didn't make it too sweet. Oh god, I made it too sweet. Really, I didn't even add some milk today. I forgot to add one. But either way, everything looks fine. Looks good. And my bot haven't kicked in yet. Oh yeah, let's fiddle with the streamer.bot a little bit, I guess. Streamer.bot here. Add an actions. This is the default one, and always run. Clock. What machine activated? So the trigger. Oh yeah, you guys can't see anything at all, so I'm just going to hold on a bit. Alright, you guys can't see it now. So I will make... Oh, wait. Where's the... Okay, do this. And then let's see, not OBS, let's go to not Twitch. Broadcast started. Yes. Once broadcast started, and it will. Is it broadcast started? Broadcast started, and then also broadcast update, statistic update, broadcast ended. Also, I'm gonna do some chat. A super chat. New sponsor. Membership. Ooh. Super sticker? When there is something called super sticker? That's weird. Elgato integrations. Ooh, there's quite a lot of integration here. Oh, YouTube Studio have. Ooh. Wow, there's basically shit tons of stuff I can do out of it. Integration, yes. Integrations on VTube Studio. I can even control VTube Studio! Holy moly! They just made it much more infinitely better. I loved you, streamer.bot. Please love me back. And this polypop setting. Pick a color. Yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff. Let's go for YouTube send message to chat. Of course, it's the bot. Bot activated. Warning. Can I bolt it? Nope. Zoom. Zoom. Not that bad. So currently I want this thing to trigger itself. So currently this thing have no triggers. Back in the days I can do quite a lot of action queue stuff, isn't it? Nope. Oh, they put the trigger and the sub action together. Back then the trigger is like completely in another page. So they put in much more effort to do like quite a lot of stuff, huh? So add another one. Clockwork Assist. I'm not going to do too much about this thing. I'm just like, since the starting stream, it doesn't really have lots of people here and there, so I'm just going to have all this thing here. Yeah, have all this thing here. And let's go back to our Artista Cafe. Welcome everyone. I still trying to find like a nice like voice noise thingy to sort of like do like the activation for the you know like when a certain things like when a certain scene started, it would do like activation stuff like that. I want to do that, but had to wait for it yet. I still haven't really figured it out. And also like the noise to use when I do this. Tika. Yeah, I really need to like fix that thing. I guess. Hello, welcome to the Kiray Vacuo stream. My name is Kiray Vacuo, and I am your host and your voice with a voice. Here to entertain you, and more or less might go off tangents and start yapping about. Yesterday I created all this entire scene. I still haven't like fully set things up yet, but I need quite a lot of things already be like fixed up. Like this one, I need to create the game scene, and then later on I need to create like my talk show scene, stuff like that, you know. Alright, came back to this one. Not really sure what to do yet. Chair. Why you say chair? Do you want to become a chairman of this cafe that I made? Too bad, I own this stall. I am sitting on a chair. I'm sitting on a stool. which you cannot see anymore. Why a stool instead of like a normal office chair? Easy. Too lazy to draw a chair. And I don't really want to draw a chair. Like, here's the thing. Even in my real life chair, it's not like those kind of like gamer chair with like super tall that over your head, even you sit in there, snuck into it. I hate those kind of chair. I actually got like this like office chair. Like even if I sit, you can't actually see the head of a chair because there's no head resting for the chair. I have a bed. If I need a rest, I just jumped into my bed. It's very easy. So if you want to know how does that chair look like, actually I did draw it in my break scene. Yep, not break scene, the be back soon scene. So you can see it in here. The chair is like, I think it's around like chest height. Is that? There's so many things I still need to do. Chat, the thing, the this and the that. This is the clockwork machines. Is more or less what do you call it? My bot. my chatbot. I still haven't really finished yet. This is more like 50% finished work. Like everything right now, I just go for like 50% first because like at least need something to show. I don't want to just show people like the black void. This is still just like a draft. It's still not like finalized yet. And this is the cafe scene. Actually, I got a few plugins. If I click something, it will activate it. So I want to add like sound effect. Like this is practically like the drawing scene that you're seeing is practically a projector. So a projector screen. So I can like tuck this thing in to show more of the background. But currently the background doesn't really have that much things to do. So when I click this, it will slowly, you know, like retract back. And then I want to add like a machine sound, like like those kind of like it slowly retract back. I made the retract back faster, but raising it up like slower because like it does require more machine power to actually raise them up. You raise me up. Maybe I should put that music. Yeah, I want to do this, but there's still a few more things I still haven't really finished drawing yet. Like one of them is actually one of this, of course, is a projector. But if I remove the projector, just turn this thing on. Like the background, I still haven't really drawn it yet. So currently, you just see like this like pale white background, the bright ass light that without any curtain. It was intended to have like something like a Easter egg of outside there. What kind of things you want to put it on a chair? But either way, yeah, you can see like most of the things here, and then I can turn this thing on. This thing will sort of like show like what I have drawn, and then this board will show like the YCH I made for people to use, for people to order. So basically, it's like a menu scene. So I will have two type of like YCH. One is repeatable YCH. That one is cheaper, and then there's like one-time YCH. It's basically much more expensive kind. But usually I would just put emote type of like YCH, you know. Emote is much more easier to draw, trust me. It's quite a new lingo if you never really touch any commission stuff. Art commission comes with three type of how you're doing art commission. One, you just do, you know, like if you want some art, you just come to me, DM me, and then tell me what you want, and then you wait for maybe a day. I give you a draft, you say yes, and then wait for another week, and then I poop it out for you. That kind. And then another one is already pre-made. And that's why you call YCH. It's like pre-made. I draw like a model in there only, like a blank model, and then draw the pose. Draw maybe sometimes some people even like enough to draw the entire like environment and everything. Like imagine I draw this, but with like you sitting in the chair, and not you, like a dummy just sitting in the chair, and then I say like this is a YCH. So if you like this like angle of the artwork and the scene, you want to put yourself in there, then you can order that. So this YCH is basically a pre-made artwork, but they still have to customize you into that artwork. This is what I call YCH. Your character here. Insert character here, technically. It's more like insert your character here, but people just make it short like YCH your character here. My rate? Well, it depends on it's like the one-time YCH or like the Repeatable one is just close to like $15, and then like the one-time use one, oh, that one might be. I'm still figuring out the pricing, but I don't want it to be too expensive because at the moment like those things is just like emote. So emote doesn't really like, even it's like one-time use emote. Not one-time use emote. I mean like like I say, I create a dummy and then just replace your characters in there. So the repeatable one, of course, like I can keep using the same template again and again. And then the one-time use template, basically I create one thing, and then that is actually just one. So if anyone order that, I draw that artwork, and then that's that. And nobody will have a second like similarity, that concept of like artwork. So the pricing is much more different that way. I'm not sure to go for like 20 or 18. 18 is a little bit too cheap, I think. Maybe 20. Maybe 20. Add a $5 mark into it. Maybe. I think I should do it. Hi there, Markin. It's been a day. So I have finished most of the stuff. Regular artwork, I don't do that anymore. Like, you go to like you DM me like what you want, and then like give me like and then I give you a draft that one. I'm not doing that anymore. So if you watch like some of my like news update stuff, I did talk about it. I made a video to talk about it, but I can re-talk about it again. Here's the thing. Due to how I do my art commissions, I want to turn this into more of a special service. Maybe I will still do it, but only when only like very like long time close friends or customers. Maybe I would do it, but generally I wouldn't give them that options, because I have a very different way of do like art commissions. Because here's the thing, if anyone do notice, either on my social or on my Discord, if you see like in any group of Discord I have a habit of spamming like all the work in progress stuff I have. Like usually if you do like a lot of like different art commissions, not you doing it, you order a lot of art commission, you notice one thing, most art commission is like a very highly advanced coffee vending machine. You can customize however like the coffee you want, and then customize setting finish, and then you press a button and then just wait for the coffee to finish brewing for you. But for me, my service is basically I have a very close contact with the persons. I will pester them almost to no end. Like usually a lot of like people order art, they are a little bit like, you know, like finicky. Not finicky, it's more like, you know, they are worrying a lot. Like especially nowadays, like when you order art from Fiverr, like trust me, Fiverr, even though there are people doing work, actual work there, but 8 out of 10, most of them are scam. But yeah, either scam or like they literally steal people artwork. That is even worse. But yeah, so like some people are worried when they order like artwork, so they will like wait for too long. Maybe some people like wait for a month without any like progressions. So the only time you get progression is because you ask them. Quite a lot of like art commissioners like that, because they don't really want to show you like the sketch side or like the ugly side. Like some of the artwork like this, I'm not really finished every like rendering. You can kind of already see it. The board doesn't really have a render. Like the glass is not really finished, and then like you can see like the cashiers haven't really like finished it, and then I haven't really finished the lighting. I know half finished. So everything is like kind of there, but also like not truly finished. So generally people don't really like show you everything. So because like sometimes like I show you this and then I haven't really finished it, and then you're dissatisfied and say, oh, I don't want this part, I don't want that part. Most artists doesn't really want like that kind of hassle, so they usually really sends it when they kind of like 70% done or like more than 80% done, something like that. For me, I do the opposite. I literally from ground up start from sketch, draft, and then flat color. I just basically keep on spamming everything. I stream the heck out of it. Also, every single time I did some progression, like today I'm not feeling well, but I did draw one stroke of line in there. And then I would go to Twitter and then say, hey guys, I draw one stroke in this artwork. Yeah, I have this tendency of like overshared my work. So in a way, the way I interact with my my client is a very close contact relationship. So in a way, you can say like most commission artists is like a very highly advanced coffee vending machine. They still get the jobs done, of course. They still make good coffee, and you can customize however you want, and then you just wait for it. For me, I'm more akin to like a barista. You come to my shop like right now, watch what I did, and then you like it, and then say like, hey, I like this like YCH you are making. Can you do like can you create a like put can I commission you to do this YCH for me? You currently doing, and then it's like, oh, great, and then I'll do it for them on the spot, and then they can see it happen. They can just go to have a drink and then come back halfway. Also can like they are going to see this thing create from ground up. So it's more like you go to a cafe and then watch a barista. May he or she be like good at making coffee or bad at making coffee, but you watch all the process of the coffee making, and then like enjoy that service itself. So far, I'm not really sure like how I'm going to price things yet. So I'm just going to pricing at a quite normal rate. Live pricing and then the off live pricing maybe will be a little bit different, because like I know since I don't really have a lot of audience, I know there will be at times that I have a lot of YCH like YCH template, but never really got to sell it. So I need to do that like on the normal pricing, and then the live one should be like slightly more expensive, because they literally are watching a show of me like doing it. You know, it's like you can go to like a normal sushi places and then buy a pack of sushi, or like go to see like a sushi chef and make the sushi for you. Even though it's the same thing, it's hella expensive if the chef is making it for you. But I also don't really want to inflate my price that much, you know. This is why I'm a little bit struggle. Every single time I talk to business stuff to like one of my friends, and then he will always give me this hashtag, Kiray, you are the worst businessman I ever see. Because I always like worry about pricing and everything, and here's the thing, like my friend always told me this one thing when I always like struggle, like did I put my pricing a little bit too expensive or like not too expensive, stuff like that. He will always tell me this thing, and I will always like, that technically told me once, but now I always like tell it to myself. He told me this, like when it comes to pricing, like just do what you think it deserved it, and don't undercharge. Don't think you overcharge it, and do not undercharge your stuff too if you like fully aware of it, because like you always have to not truly worry the people who can't afford your work. You always need to take care of the people who can afford it in the first place. If they can't afford it, they can go to a better pastures, like those price range that they can offer, and then they still get what they want. So all you need to do is just like focus. Just focus on what you can do for the people who can afford it. Well, I did extend his quote a little bit more. You know, like sometimes I do like over-explain stuff, but generally it's just like that. They focus on the people who can afford it. If people can't afford it, they would just like go to find the place that they can afford it. Just that simple. Those things are the like pricing stuff is always truly the people will like, long as it's already like reasonable at a reasonable range, but at creativity, it really have like a known pricing in there. That's like a very variable pricing in there. So it become like really hard to gauge it, but also at the same time like you have to be firm at your own variable. Like your electricity bill is in there, of course. Like you're still going to spend time to draw it, so the lunch bill is in there. So by default, you already can't need to like, count those two in, and then you have to like calculate like your work, the amount of work that you have to put in. So the work fee is in there. The service fee also need to add it into it, and then the, like I said, the electricity bill, like this and that, yeah, stuff. You always need to at least make your price like reasonable enough for you to make a living. If you can't make a living in the first place, why you are doing this in the first place? If it's just a hobby, just give people for free. And then I actually do give free art quite a lot. So he did tell me that since I already give free art to people constantly, I should just charge whatever I want. Not like low on the lower end side. I mean like on the price that is reasonable, also like add on to like a creative like variable price into it. And I was struggle at it too, but because like I'm still really not sure that my skill level is at. My art skill level is still not the best, I think. It does the job, but I think I'm only like at the entry mid tier or like middle mid tier. Not really like those kind of like high tier artists. Hold on a bit. I lost my glove for some reason. How? Hold on a bit. I need to go and find my drawing glove. For some reason, it just disappeared out of nowhere. I was holding it. Oh, yeah. Alright. I'm back. Alright, enough yapping. I need to do something. Today, I already did some fiddling with my clockwork machine. That one, when I call clockwork machine, that basically is a chatbot. If you guys want to see it, you guys see it a little bit. This is streamer.bot. It controls your chat, and you can do quite lots of stuff with it. Hi there, Katas. I actually have like already both seen. Like this scene is supposed to be like on the what again? Like on the collab type of like talk show scene, and then this one is supposed to be my solo talk show scene. It's much more slightly bit zoomed in, and then My arcane scene is this one. I still haven't like start up yet. So the game there, the chat is over like here. Oh, you guys can't see it anymore. Like basically, you guys see like I already marked where the chat is, where the alert is. This and that, yeah, that stuff. And I'm going to show like, you know, like you guys can see like my head is over here. And then this is what I finished yesterday. This is my art scene. Click. Well, have fun with your edit stuff. Tick. Ciao. So currently I'm still like figuring out what to do, but I think I know. Sorry, a little bit gassy. I think I know like which part I need to start yet. Like you can see where I am currently. Hold on, I need to move myself a little bit. Here. You notice like behind me have like a hexagon shape like thingy. So I want to do something like when I talk, this hexagon actually will sort of like vibrate with my voice. Not like actual like high speed vibration. It's just like reverb with my voice, stuff like that. So I did download something. It's like let's just use my characters to do some test. So let me add this plugin, which is there's like a plugin that react to the sound, scale to sound. Yes, scale to sound. So as you guys can see, this is like desktop audio. All right, see when I talk, I start like do some like jitter stuff. So yeah, I can do like something like this. So I can do a setup like behind. I have like this like hexagon, like those kind of like very comic-ish like speech bubble. So when I talk, it kind of like reverb. The shape will sort of like reverberate with me, so it can does that shit. And yeah, there's quite a lot of things you can do with it. Like you can also like adjust the scale and stuff. This one is like contract instead of like expand. I think contract is much more better if I want to do this kind of things. Because expand, if you choose expand, it already in like a default small size. So it just go back to 100% at your voice peak. This one is already like at your 100%, so it doesn't really like affect your stuff that much. Yeah, you can do those kind of things too. And there's so many like plugin is actually quite useful for computers. But you do need like a very beefy computers if you really need like that many things to run behind the scene. If you have a potato machine, you want to add too many stuff, and then your computers run too many things, and poof you go. If you have like dual PC setup, then it's even better. I technically have one, but my second PC, the one that handles streaming one, is trash. It doesn't really have like a good like graphic card. It's like those like ancient R9 AMD graphic card, so it does not run well. I maybe have to like do more like art, you know, like my art commission stuff, and then earn enough money to get like at least like a 3060 like graphic card to at least like let things like be a little bit much more useful. But yeah, I need to draw like the hexagon thingy. Not technically hexagon, I can do whatever I want. let's go for just white color first, or I don't really have to do white colors. I need the room a little bit on the darker side. So how do I do it? If you go to these options, there's this like lasso fill to you can use like lasso fill to do this if you want, but I don't want this kind of things. I don't want to use this polygon thingy. It doesn't really work what I want. Let's go for the polyline. Now the polyline does this. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, 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 doot. Not really what I want. Let's do this thing, like very like hand morph shape, kind of like polyline. Because it's like comic style, I want it to be a little bit much more on the handmade feeling into it. And then with this, I can create a border. Oh, try not to make border first. Especially I did some morphing. Like if you wanted the border, if you use like Clip Studio, you want the border to be a little bit on the nicer side, you can go to convert this layer, not this one. Wrong. First, you have to convert this layer into a image layer first. Every time you want to do some like special stuff in this particular part, always convert it to image first, because when you do scaling, it actually does mess up like the like the pixel a little bit, so it can sort of like affect it like in a very huge way. So if I do this, I increase the size of this border to 5. Yes, resolution, but more precisely the pixel. If you turn it into image, it actually retains the pixel, so it doesn't really affect when you sort of like scaling it. So you want to do this type of like automation stuff, you always have to make sure this thing is on image. Else, something else will happen. Let me try to Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Okay. Remove this one. And let's rasterize this thing. So imagine, currently, I just like make this smaller. Okay. And then I feel like, no. Make this bigger, and then okay. And then start make this thing. And then I turn it into maybe 8. You can see like some of the line actually like it's really hard to detect it. Yeah, let me just see, they are not smooth straight line anymore. You can see like they are bumping around. They all are doing this. Okay. So it does affect a little bit. And now you look at this. Ooh, maybe I'll remove it a little bit, but yeah, you can kind of like see this kind of things that happens. Basically, it's just for minimizing the scaling effect this thing will provide. Maybe I already moved this thing a little bit. Maybe I should delete this thing. Let me rasterize you, and then do another polyline. Oh, almost did something wrong there. Turn in the image first. This is what I call a bad example. But yeah, like truly it will affect it, so it's best for you to just change it into like a image layer. It will minimize the effect a little bit more. Oops. Press the wrong button. Yeah, go ahead and do your stuff. Everyone is doing something today, huh? For me, it's like I think my streaming times is usually my upload time, my video upload time too. Because like, when you upload your, I'm Malaysian, so like I upload my video at my 8 a.m. Like usually the reach will sort of like start pick up and I won't really say skyrocket, but start picking up, like get like much more higher gain around like after 2 hours. So it's best for do like I always like do 8 and then at around 10 it will like judging from like the 2 hours starting to get more reach. 10 is the one that will reach the highest for me. Having some analytics study is actually pretty good. Actually, there's a reason I do this, because I need this to be smaller. Okay, if it's smaller, I can go for like 7. Nah, 7 is too much. Let's go 5. And the red is a little bit too bright red, so let's go for like the orange bright. Much more redder. Yep. Not exactly orange, not exactly red. Good. I do this because I need to rasterize this thing so it becomes like a thing here, and then I need to do this. Okay, with this, and then I created additional highlight here. Let's choose a gradient. With this, I just adjust this. And then with the additional one, I need this thing to why is the tolerance this high? Go for it again. Yep, this one. And then yeah, I need this to be and then oh, I see. Okay, I'll be doing this and then export this thing as a PNG. Now I should expand the size first. So you can do V. While doing this, it's quite easy because I want to push this into one layer and then here, visible you guys, and your image. Turn this into image layer is a very important thing. Why? You know it. So if I just change this into not on the speech bubble, let's go to C, the Z OLED, then cancel, new. Item. Speech bubble. Okay, with this speech bubble, I can go back to Arcane. And then start, go to image. Actually, do I have like mean? I like self-reflect group. Yeah, display captures. Let's move the display captures to this size, just to gauge the size, and then put it like right behind all this. Then add an image. This image will be on the ZOLA item, this one, okay. Put it right behind me. Okay, with this, I can fiddle with the filters. Add like scale to sound. Okay, scale to sound. And then change this into mic scale. Yeah. Stuff like this. The bump is a little bit too big, so just going to increase the minimum size to maybe just like 5% increase. This way it doesn't really like do too much damage. Yeah, like generally like all this thing is pretty good right now. Have this thing like right behind me. Maybe I can do a little bit color corrections for this thing. Add a little bit of color multiply. Much more darker blue here. So let me press OK. Decrease the contrast a little bit. The brightness. Lower the gamma, increase the contrast. Let's change this to green. Nah, green is too weird. Yeah, this way is much more better. Let's lower the saturation a little bit. Some hue shift for this one. Nah, much more darker purple. Good. Opacity, and then I remember I can add like gradient stuff into it. No. Just add shadow. Yes. So yeah, now it have much more shadow distance. The light angle to be around here. The distance, the size increase. Yep. Lower down the intensity. Now it makes things like much more popped up. And then you just have to group the entire thing. Yep, group the entire thing. And then let's do one more time on adding a shadow. Because I want the light like emanate from the light is practically emanate from the, you know, the thingy. Let's expand it a little bit more so I can see much more clearer. You guys also can see much more clearer too. And size, yeah, the size don't need to be that much. Distance much more further away from, you know. Bubble, and just do a little bit more. Yeah, doing this is much more better. Maybe just 10 inverse the scaling. Yeah, this is much more better if I, you know, inverse the scaling and then smoothness. Smoothness about 12. Good. Scaled in the centers. Yes. Yeah, just do something like this. See? Ta-da! Let's do another record of like testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Hi there. Yep, this is what I'm doing at the moment. I think I need to move my speech bubble a little bit. Maybe around here. Yeah, much more better. And maybe I am a little bit too big, so just going to scale myself down here so my head doesn't block the game that much. Yeah, good. This is very good. You can see like behind me, like the bubble actually like kind of like react with my voice. So this way, is a little bit like much more interactive way, like interesting things that happening around like the stream when I kind of like play the games. You know. And maybe I will do something like drawing a few speakers out like behind the scene, so it react with the game. Yeah, that is kind of good too, I think. That really depends. And then if nobody actually knows about this, let me pull this thing out. Shutter encoder. Shutter encoder is a very good software for you to use. So if I already like did something like record like that, and if I need to put this thing on like Discord or anything, The current file that I made, and the size is like, holy mama, it's like 32 megabytes. So it's going to like take quite a big space. I can't, like, X is like oh, you can just call it Twitter. I hate to call it X, but yeah, Twitter have like a shitty size. So if you really want to upload this kind of things, you can't really upload anything at all. So you can do this. Let's see. So I can just cut this part, then lower the resolutions. This thing is like 1080, so I'm just going to go for 720, and then just go for 5. Lock. Try the best to encode it in 5. And then try to watch it. See anything happen here? Yep, it's good, it's good. So, let's... What size is this? Like, right sharp 5. So, I can just do this, and then quote. What I did at the moment. Come on. Oh, somehow this thing got an additional posting. Yeah. What I did at the moment. Yeah, that's just like... Oh, hi, American. Sorry that I didn't see it. I didn't see you. Was a little bit preoccupied with what I'm doing at the moment. Also, I need to keep on like promoting my own stream, so, and I end up have to like do this kind of things. I really lack quite lots of audience, I think. But my personal skill, like, if anyone just come into my stream, they already notice one thing: I talk a lot. So yeah, my personal streaming skill is actually just chat with people and then do cool shit. And this is like one of the cool shit I do. Sadly, I never been able to display that skill that well because I don't really have a lot of people to chat with. That is like, yeah, one of my kryptonite, I guess. Let me put myself slightly more in an angle. Move myself here. Yeah, this way is much more better. Maybe I can even group that I usually just don't come out when people want to see me, when people doesn't want to see me. Let me try out to add a appear move functions. Let's put a slight bounce to it. And then let's come from the bottom. This one also again, bounce to it, comes from the bottom. Let's see what would happen if I... ICT class. Well, there's a lot more ICT class that meets the eye. When they would actually teach you about like C++ thing, then you will learn more stuff about it. My C+ skill is very bad. Maybe you guys will start learning a little bit more in Java. To be honest, I only know C++. I don't know a lot about Java and stuff. Well, gotta go. Math class is starting. Ooh, math class. Have fun. If you don't know the essence of how to have fun in math class, maybe next time I'll do a special video to explain math class, because like I actually have this script already done in my own channel, the yapping talk sections. It's about teaching people why math is a thing. How to find the why from math. Like usually people just force you to study math just because. So I want to give a reasons that why the math you are learning is actually quite useful. You just never really used it. And when you learn the gimmick of math, it's actually become like quite fun to play with. But also again, like it's math. Not too many people will like it, but I would do my best to sort of like teach people how to learn and enjoy math, and not just okay, here's a bunch of formula, remember how to do it, this is the trick to do this is the trick to do that. No, I ain't going to do that. I would try my best to actually find my own method to sort of like teach them the best I can, teach them how to learn the math on their own, because like no matter how much thing you remember, it's not going to, how should I say, be that useful if you don't really know why or how to properly use it in the first place. This is like, I need like bottom right. So, yep, bottom right. And then another one on the bottom right. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So if I disappear, reappear, yep. So just going to do the height transitions, disappearing. Maybe just a normal cubic is fine. And then bottom right. And then appearing again, bottom right. Bounced. Good. So I will do this. Whoop, bong, whoop, bong. The bong is a little bit. Not sure why the bong is a little bit too sudden. Let's bump up the show transitions to half a second, so it's not that. Still a little bit on the violent side, so let me do some timing adjustment. Go to the property, reduced the curve. So if I reduce the curve or increase the curve, yeah, increase the curve is a little bit too much. Let me go to the toilet first. I'll be back soon. I'm back. So I went on the wrong one. This is like match item. So I don't really need match item. I need to do is to appear it. So if I drop this, I don't want this curve a little bit on the too strong side. Oh, the curve gone a little bit. Boing. This boing is a little bit too much. Let's go back here. Hi, Alan. It's been a while. I'm creating my new OBS scenes for the game. So I want to create like an arcade machine. Like basically, I'm doing like the Gundam pilot thingy. Stinger. No, not Stinger. Moved again. Currently this is not the best one. Let me have like this one. Yeah. So this one, the curve doesn't really do anything. Let's go back to 0 with this. And how should I make the appearing? I like the bounce, maybe like no zooming. Yeah, it's fine. Just like coming here and there. I'm also having a very not great month. I lost all my thing. When I say I lost all my thing, I lost my 8-year worth of drawing and stuff and art asset that I created so far. Thankfully, I at least did back up my VTubing model, so yeah, that's still there. But aside from that, everything's gone. This is why you're looking at me creating new overlay and stuff, and then I was like, oh, I'm already creating everything in the first place, so why don't I just become a little bit more creative about this stuff I do? So here I am, doing like quite lots of like different stuff here. Oh yeah, there's like bounce. I don't really want to ease in, like, no ease in and out. Maybe ease out. Oh, just ease out may look good. Hold up a bit. It's very intense. Can they be less intense? Okay, let's see this. Is there a way so like have like a I can like adjust the intensity of this gosh dang thing? Nope. No easing. Okay, no easing, and then like 69 noise. Okay. Where's the bounced? The bounced is gone. Yeah, the bounce is gone. What happened? I guess I need to ease in and out. Hmm. Yeah, everything is good. I think like. Dong dong. Yeah, I think this is good. This is good. This is good. And then, yeah, I lost almost everything, to be honest. Like, you can see my talk show is gone. Currently, I still have to slowly remake everything. Like, this is the game scene that I'm trying to recreate. And then, my cafe, I have to redo everything again. At least I managed to do like 50% of it. So you can see this. And then just another button of it, and I haven't add sound effect into it, so I have to make one myself. But yeah, generally, kind of fine, kind of not fine. I lost everything from a multi hardware failure from my computers. So originally, I was already going to start my Artista Cafe by today, but I just have so many things I have to do. I still haven't really finished yet. I also have to redo all the talk show like overlay and stuff. I haven't really got that done yet. And then there's like this one, I still have to do it. I still have to do some redrawing to make things better. Hold up a bit. Oh yeah, like I'm actually like going on like a very like serious, like we'll take this like very seriously on my live YCH show. I'm going to like do more just like YCH on live, so people when they see like the dummy that I create, like they want it, they can ask for it, and then like as long as they paid me, and then I'll like do it on spot for them, and then they can watch like everything built from like the ground up. Generally would be like around like 1 hour, so I can finish everything if I didn't yap. If I yap too much, maybe like 2 hours, maybe. So the business plan is like this. I would just keep on making like YCH a day, and slowly, and then wait for people to jump in. And then of course I will, even I finish my YCH, I will sort of like post it on my Twitter, and I see like anyone like interesting. If you want to like if they ever really want to commission me to do the YCH thingy from the template they saw it, they have to do it like in a live channel. So when I'm live, then you can ask me, then you can order it from me. Nah, I'm not going to highlight the thing. So that was not good because, yep, stuff happened. You guys actually use throw up or puke normally. Actually, puke is the thing that you throw out, right? So like the act of like the creation of the puke itself is throwing up, or we just use the act of the word, just say puking, throwing up. I'm not really sure how do you even like, scale this kind of things, but yeah, like sometimes you ate something wrong, stuff will happen. Like generally, it's just something wrong, or you felt you ate something wrong, and then your gas reflex will sort of like start going against you, and then like throw up will just like happens to me like maybe like two, like in my entire like life, maybe 3 times in school. First time I really ate something wrong. Second time is I was like really sick. Third time I have food poisons. So yeah. I still remember them really well. Thankfully, I didn't shit my pants. At least. The food poisoning one. And not those kind of like severe food poison that you need to like go to hospital kind of things. You just need to stay in your house, drink a shit tons of water, just keep shitting. I lost like a few. I literally lost a few kilograms from like just shitting non-stop. Yeah, you have to like do quite. You have to like go through quite a lot of like bad audio. And then the worst thing is like when you finish like throwing up, you kind of like feel really bad and really tired. It's almost like you spend like 50 to 70% of energy just to throw up, like even just a tiny bit, or even it never came out. It never came out. It just like felt like around your throat, and then you swallow it back, just like that. You will still feel like you just spent all your energy doing that shit. Don't worry, I can relate a little bit. But yeah, generally it's something like that. It could like happens to a lot of people. Don't worry, so don't have to feel too bad about it. It's human nature's natural reactions when they, you know, like have shit happens. I remember like in one time like there's a guy, and when I was like studying when I was a kid, like there's a guy go to the stage, like he actually got so nervous he actually vomit. Oh yes, there's another word, vomit. There's throw up, there's vomit, there's puking, and there is a lot of word for it. Who invented? Don't worry, things happen. They're just reminiscent about it, and then just have a laugh about it in the futures. That is how human gain experience. That is how I gain so many stories to talk about. So let's put this into more transparency mode because I need to do something. Let me pull up something from what I downloaded. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. Open it up with I need to convert some file first. Hold on a bit. DWG to PNG. Select the file, go to download. Yes. Then open the file up. Just going to toss you in. Yes, this is a Pioneer TV, but I'm just going to use it as a template. So I am going to erase this particular section and oh, because you didn't eat enough. Oh, that can happen too. And just remember, have to pay attention to your food intake. Drink a lot of water actually can help a little bit because like usually that kind of things like it's because you have like a very high, there's nothing in your stomach, so and you have like a very high acid reflux. And of course, sometimes even drink water doesn't really help, but sometimes it can help. It does help a bit. currency Ctrl V. Then just going to turn this to image layers, rest layer. Yes, turn this into rest layer. And then I can just pick this up again and remove the pioneer. This one's a doozy because they're kind of close. Ah, not enough. Hold on. I need to. Yes. Okay, why I did this is because I need to put this thing out here and use a bucket tool. Yes, a bucket tool. You can do this too. Bucket tool with like almost zero tolerance. If you want, maybe you can put 1 and then use the transparency. Boop. You got your almost perfect. Almost. You can click it one more time till you have a much more cleaner. Yep. You will have like a very like clean televisions with a nice you know, like white screen. Technically it's like very normal nowadays. Like back then you say like, ooh, white screen. Those kind of things. So what I want right now is Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V again because I don't really want to harm this original one. This is what you call like the non-destructive like editing. Oh, this is why like there's instruction that you need to eat before you you know, you need to eat before you take the medication. Some of the medication will create a lot of either gas or like a lot of like chemical like just inside your stomach and just like bubbling up. It will create a lot of gas if you didn't really have any other things to go along with it. It might turn into something else and then like basically just make your day worse. How should I proceed with this thing? Let's go for again much more darker blue, but on a higher saturated side because like this guy isn't here. Why does it? The opacity is good. Why does it like do like double? Oh, somehow it changes color in the middle of like me switching stuff. That's weird. Now I did this for reasons. See, if I do multiply, it doesn't really disrupt like the black here. Then I can also do things. on the brighter side. Anything with like this type of gray, I need to somewhat eliminate them. See, everything is working well at the moment. And then the next one, I need to delete the entire white in here because I just need the border. I just need a border. I need a border, and then so I need to mix. Before I mix them up together, I need to do this. Remove them. See, the game is in there right now. Let me. After mixing them together, let me click one more time. One more time here. Then merge you into one thing. Now this is now a invasive like editing, but before that I should do something more. This one should go for yellow. Do I have area skill? I do have it, it just didn't work that well. All right. Let's do some. Then you can watch it a little bit more. If you want to chat a little bit, like maybe if you want me to go off tangent talking about something else, I can talk about it. So far, don't really have too much to talk about because I'm doing all this thing. Hold on a bit. Now, you don't see too much change, right? So if I, since I already clipped this thing, if I didn't clip this thing, oop, it would be something like this. It's like to simulate the brightness. So you can see, like, even though it's not much, just tiny bit is enough for you to see like that there's some like life into it. No, you don't have to say sorry about this. Everyone needs sometimes to break, and then I'm here to chill around with people. And oftenly I do get a lot of like even like worse kind of like message, like worse one, not even your level. Some people just feel like I've been there before. Like that there's like this one, not just one, like sometimes I just felt like, you're just alone in the world. There's no one is like beside you or something like that. So if you really feel that and want to feel some connections, I'm practically here to like chat with you. But I'm not the best therapist in the world because I'm not even licensed. If I want to do that, shit, I'm already become like a licensed therapist online. So if it's asking for solutions, might not be able to give you. But if you ask for not really sympathy, it's more like relate. Maybe in some chance I can, unless you say someone in your life is like being a dick to you, then it's really hard to. It is then that one is practically asking for solutions. Some people like to rant stuff. I don't really encourage people to do like a very like negative ranting in the entire stream chat itself, but sometimes some people just like want to let out something. But long as it's not like very like disturbing, I'm fine with it. Because like I do write it in my rule. Again, I sound smooth and sometimes like I want to like help people, but also at the same time I can't really help people that well. I wish I can, but I can't. And then some people just like drop the most heaviest bomb. Like like here's a funny thing. Like for some reasons, there's a lot of people like I can say like more or less like in teenage years or like younger than teenage years. They just like come into my channel and then just have like a come out story, like come out the closet story, and I was like, what do you want then? Like I guess I'm happy for you, but how old are you? Like 12? I was like, 12? You already have a come out closet story? I think this is a little bit too early. Like you still have a huge life to look forward to and then make decisions, you know? You can like commit decisions. I mean, not like just say, oh, I am what I am now. And then just like that, and then you live your life entirely like just hyper focusing on that kind of like particular thought. I mean, like, just be free. Don't have to like let people influence you that much. You think that way, you can just think that way. You don't have to like need some validation for it. And then don't really and need to have a mindset to not really commit that deep until you are very dang sure. Because like sometimes it's just like that particular person's make you feel that way, and then that become like the exceptions, and then once you sort of like have some situation happen and then got broke up, and then you can't find anyone anymore because like that person is just exceptions, and then yeah, stuff happens. It's just like general love stuff, you know. It's weird. I'm not even like the person who like got any like romance on myself, but I often somehow stuck in a situation people asking me for advice for some reasons, and then I just like talk what I talk, like how a person should do, maybe just maybe, not like one-to-one solutions, like not like what you should do, is what you could do. And then somehow give them quite morale boost, and then like they do what they want. But ultimately, I will always tell everyone when I say this: have a bucket of salt. Take with my advice, because I'm not an expert, and I'm just talking my ass out at this point. You smell my fart at this point. It's not that useful. Even that you somehow made it useful, you just digest the way that you managed to make it work. It's still your thing. I just gave like a very loose advice. Give you a confident boost to do something. This is what like sometimes people want to seek validation for. What I think. It's like they already have an idea to what they want to do. They just need someone to say, yeah, go ahead. And then they just like do it. Generally, sometimes therapists have to say the ugly things because it's a job. That job is not just to comfort you. That job is to let you realize stuff. So sometimes some of the fact or like truth can be a little bit hurtful. Similar to like one of the most key quote that you have to tell a person with depressions, but also same time it's also a very, very dangerous key quote. But sometimes you do have to say it, even though it's dangerous. And therapist doesn't really like talk shit out of their ass without any reasons. Sometimes they're just bad, yes, but there is if they got a license for it and they like really like concerned about something, they do have to sometimes just have to like set the thing that they need to say. Because without a very like face fact to face that particular part of reality, then essentially the patient may be like he or she her basically just like either A on denial or B like on escapisms. They just want to like, it's basically like if you face a problem, it's not wrong to avoid it, but to run away from it is another question. Like you have to like weigh the fact that are you running away from like a particular stuff or like avoiding that particular stuff. If you want to confront it, you can. Or like isn't that like that? There's lots of things you have to weigh into it, fight or flight situations, and to know, to be able to judge when you are able to fight, when you are able to flight. It's like one of the other things you do. And let's go back to one of like the very like key things that I say. Like sometimes you have to tell a person who is depressed like a very like key things for them to like realize something. It's like it's also a very big no landmine. So it's they basically are like a bomb diffuser persons. They really are being careful, even though they somehow say something hurtful, because like you particularly like let them know a little bit of things, and then you thought you believe and thought they might be understand you, and then sometimes they might say something insensitive they didn't even know about it, because like either A like sometimes some people just still hiding a part of things. Some people just never really have like a very good way to convey the message to that person. So they either A or sometimes either be careless or sometimes like didn't really know and then say something. It's basically like this. If a person maybe just pull it a very basic fact, like some girls, they sounds like it. When they sounds like it, I mean like they're grown ass women that sounds like a boy in their puberties, but before their puberties. So they sounds like a boy instead of like girls. So when you never see a person's face and just hear the voice and you say, "Hey, are you a little kid? Or are you just a boy or something?" Like it sometimes you would just state the fact out, without really know like, oh, maybe that person is very sensitive about like, maybe it's not really that big deal on your side, but maybe for that person, he lived her life like entirely like people just assume that she's a boy, and then she become very sensitive about it. You will never know about that fact, and then you just blurt out that word, and then it kind of hurts someone. So, those kind of things you can't really avoid. Those kind of mistakes will happen. So, how to prevent this? There's no way to prevent this. Just have to be either a bigger person, just like be more understanding that shit happens. That if happened like once or twice, maybe you can let them know about it. So if it's happened like consistent, you know they actually do it on purpose, then yeah, maybe either they have a point or they just being a jerk. Like sometimes we really have to like sit down and think tiny bit about like our environment, not like just spinning inside our own mind, own brain, like on our own world. Sometimes I have to like spin a bit like our. It's more like a way to say a lot of mentality like psychiatric like issues. Generally, it's because like maybe like that's like one day and one time like you just lost in yourself. You don't really have the ability to start looking your surrounding. Like a lot of like mental issues. Like sometimes it's like neurological. That one is a little bit difficult to help. But if it's just like mental issue side, it can say like I won't really say it's a definite fix, but I can say like it does help a lot when you start paying close attention to your surrounding. Like think in other people's shoes. Or like just be like in a very like bigger environment that people doesn't necessarily think like how you think. And eventually you just like accept a lot of things. So yeah, there's a lot of things to think about, but just sit there. Sometimes just have to like relax around. But of course, like when I say like you have to start thinking about surroundings, there's time and moment for that. But for now, if you just feel like shit, you just find the time, sit there, and relax a little bit first, and then you start to like ease into it. Like look up in the sky, look at some animal, look at some bird, look around your environment. Then yeah, it's going to help you a lot. This is the smaller art stream I've seen today. Yes, it's a very small art stream. I will make it smaller by not showing it to you. Hold on, let me find the remote. Beep, beep. Shit, the remote ran out of battery again. Beep. Oh, taka. Yeah, I'm still like the entire scene is still like 50%. I didn't really like truly finish a scene yet. I'm just having this thing as a placeholder. But yeah, tika. Taka. Yeah, there's a lot of things I still want to do, but it might take some time. Oh, press the wrong thing. Currently, I'm creating a multiple different scene. As you already can see, this is like one of the art scene in here. And then if you come to the other scene, this is the game scene I have. As you can see, when I talk behind the thing that me like actually like react with my voice, and then you can do this. Boom. I'm still figuring out how to make the bounce a little bit much more better, but yeah, currently things are working fine with this one. Yeah, I'm actually now drawing like television for this thing, and then like I'm basically doing this. Let me hide this dude. So I want to make it like the control panel here is basically like you driving Gundam. So it's like me playing games but using the Gundam controller. But so far I haven't like really finished everything yet. Sometimes I just like spend some time, just sit there and talk. And then because like there's like a issue happened with my computers. Multi like hardware failure. I tried to fix it. I managed to fix most of the thing, but one of my hard drive died, and then I have to format my system drive. And that hard drive contained quite lots of like art asset and stuff, so I kind of lost everything. So I'm rebuilding everything, but this time I want to rebuild it to be better, have like much more like OBS plugin to have a little bit more control to it. This is one of it, and then the cafe is one of it, and then there's still one more. One more haven't changed yet. That is this one. I haven't really changed too much on this because well, it's just you know, like when you're doing like just chat sessions and things like that. Just having this is pretty nice already, so I don't have to do too much. Just I haven't really like set up the chat thingy and then my gallery because I need to download VLC. If you ever use like OBS, if you download VLC, actually VLC will add a plugin into your OBS that you can play video in there, and you can play an entire file inside it. So if you have a lot of like video, like drawing time lapse, this and that, yeah, that stuff, you can actually put the entire video file in there and then use your VLC player to play it. And put it like in a very like tiny sections. You can see like the gallery thingy that I have. So it's supposed to have like a VLC file in there, and then just keep playing different like drawing time lapse. Oh, don't worry, hold on a bit. I'll pull that thing out. Do I even have that? Oh, I don't have that in here. Hold on. Let me pull that scene out first. I like this. Boop. Haha! A lot of the time I like to just sit and draw while listening to small streamer. Talk about their talk to their comments and don't know why, but encourage me. Yes, I now encouraging you a lot, and I'm usually the guy who yap a lot. So yeah, if you try to start an act of me talking to the audience, I would just start yapping non-stop, almost. I'm not what you guys call the greatest artist, but at least I think I can like do quite a lot of like decent artwork. I'm more lean toward like being creative rather than artistic. Too bad I lost most of my artwork. I think I can show you guys like this way, I guess. Since I post almost everything into my... Hold on. My Twitter. So... This is one of the thing I recently made. Hold on a little bit, let me turn off the music.
In the sky, I'm reaching high, gonna shine so bright, gonna touch the sky. No need to look back, no need to think twice. Gonna shoot for the stars, gonna roll the dice.
Yeah, this is more or less my drawing session, my time lapse for me doing a lot of drawing. But I don't really draw too much, but it's more like I'm not really good at drawing like line art, so I end up have this like develop a way that is not necessary I'm doing the drawing. It's more like how will you call it? Handcrafting. I'm basically carving like the image out rather than like drawing line art, as you already can see. And then I'm more relying on like the gradient. Yeah, the gradients basically is my cheat code. Everyone art have like more or less their own cheat code once they learn enough. For me, it's like gradient thingy. Yeah, it's a little bit on like the comic style, but with like on anime turn. I'm mixing like both like different art style from like the manga art style and the comic art style. So like how comic do their shading and then how manga do the drawing, like most of the principle they have, and then like mix and match together, turn them into one thing. And then there's the one more. Oh yeah, this is the thing. Like Doki Bird have the what thing again? Like they do the waifu cup challenge. Here's the thing. I saw a lot of people draw lewd image, and then I'll be like, no, reject the lewd. Draw the meme. Technically, it's like, open up the chest, but you don't see booba. You see tomato in there. But yeah, I do that. I didn't think I win anything because I haven't like get any like message that I, you know, get anything from it. But it's a good experience. I found out like this art style is actually very good for like drawing like you know, like for merchandising stuff. And then there's one time actually I try out how to this one. This one time I try to learn how to use a thin line to draw, because I usually again I'm not really confident in my like line art, so I tried out and then it did end up quite well. I did not expect I can draw a thin line, to be honest. Like, usually I use a very thick line to draw. And thankfully I always make the time lapse when I do this kind of like drawing. So even though I lost all my drawing file, I still have quite a lot in my Twitter. And then my Twitter got banned. I would be like, oh shit, I lost everything. Don't worry, I still got my Discord. And then suddenly, my Discord, if something happens that like the world just going to say F you in particular, like if my Discord got banned, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I lost everything. And then I look at the Twitter. Maybe I still got Twitter and look at Twitter. Twitter got banned. Oh shit, I really lost everything. Like now the only backup I have is practically just in the social media side. So yeah. Yeah, I'm still drawing my own style. It's just like I have my own way to draw. And technically I won't really call style. I would call my work basically it's like a hybrid. I always like trying to make like a hybrid comic and like a manga drawing principle. I don't really go ahead and learn a style. I learn method of drawing. And then I apply various different kind of method, technique, style into it. Not really style, a technique into it, and then scale them the way I like it. It's basically, if you understand the principle of a lot of like drawing thingy, you can actually just scale them properly, and then you get what you want. I hope I still got that file. Actually, I still got like some backup. If I still have that file, that would be lovely. yeah, so this one also like me trying to try out like those kind of like very blending but also like solid like shading. I did quite well, but I need to like when I talk about this kind of things I always need to like bring this thing out. Hold on, let's is something I did back then, so it should be still existing. Couldn't find it. Temporarily. I need a big eye. Oh, found it. And I lost it. And I found it back. Ta-da! Like you already see, I say like I use thick line, I really use like very thick line. But yeah, so like there's lots of times like you really have to understand the principle of stuff. I have this friend, like his model is basically he have like this very like sleepy slant like against slanted eye. Usually when you draw the eyes is like on where's my drawing pen? Yeah. So usually when you draw the eye, you would go for the shape wise, like this shape. Or like this shape. And then I make a XD face. But yeah, like usually it's like that. And then like what and then he have this like interesting eye shape. It's technically like this. And then he have eyebrow like this. So it's basically like a Brock eye. I find like this eye very interesting. So like I did quite a lot of like study and how to like do this thing properly. And you can see like normally eye is just like a straight line, and then he just like go off the opposite, like like the artist just basically being renegade with the eyes. And there's a lot of way to draw eyes properly. Like this is one of the way people manage to draw eye, and depends how you're going to learn your art. This particular sessions I made, and then I want to teach people how to do art is very very important, because like there's a lot of people learn art, they still manage to like hit off very well the way they learn it, but they practically is like watch a lot of art tips and then like follow, like when you say like this is like anime style, oh this is comic style, or that style, this particular person style, this and that. I don't really the kind of person who really like believed in style, because it's generally once you learn the principle of like a particular basic of that drawing, you depends on how you're going to scale it. Like you scale how big the pupil is pupil is going to be, how big like the highlight is going to be, how much this and how much that. How do you be able to scale it is that you first already have to learn how to draw the real one, the muscle, everything, this and that, yeah, that stuff. Why I say like this thing is very important is because like it does have a point for you to learn it properly. It helps you to do this. So if you look at this properly, like when you do a lot of like when you see a lot of people drawing like anime style, what you call it, quote unquote anime style, you always see like people like when they finish drawing or like at many other people work, they have like this dimple of like dot in there, and then you just follow it. Even you draw like a lot of good art, you still like sometimes you just do this because everyone does it, and then you just follow it, and then it still works because everyone does it. But some people, they still doing this, and they try to draw the face in different angle, and then they put the same dot, and then they felt like, nah, it's not right. It doesn't felt right. It's because like it is. Because they don't really know what the heck this thing actually is. Maybe they sometimes heard like people like talk about like have a name for this thing, but they don't really know the principle how this thing exists in the first place. So if you actually draw a slightly more realistic eye, you notice like some things like make you like click, And then if you start to draw like more muscle, and then you realize that you have an eyelid here. You have an eyelid here. Wait, where's my drawing pen? Oh, yeah. So it's basically the eyelid is here, and then your eyebrow, you try to wiggle your eyebrow, you notice your eye, and another thing is touching your eyelid, you try to wiggle your eyebrow, you notice your eyelid and your eyebrow is completely different muscle. So you would say like you have a muscle here in your eyebrow, and then you have a muscle here in your eyelid. So when two muscle is kind of like squished together, like squishing two balloons together, you will have this thing. And this is how that dimple is born. The dimple is actually a much more realistically render of the, this particular part. A much more realistic renders of it. And then they create this thing. So how people turn this thing to anime style, they basically scale up the distance between like the eyebrow and this thing, so they can have like a bigger eyelid, so when they close their eyes, eye will be like this, but they have like a bigger eyelid, bigger eye in general. So it becomes in a way that I should say, let me play back some music again. When I just keep talking without music, I feel weird. So when this thing is here, so they keep on readjusting, like this is going to be the eyebrow, this is going to be the dimple. Like, now you know the reason of this, you can actually draw this in a slightly more better way. Because you understand where this dimple come from. It's like right in between the eyes, and then you can draw the line much more convincingly, because like it's basically an eye before this. Like, knowing how to draw the structure itself actually does help a lot. So style doesn't really help you that much. The most important thing is like know the structures of how the things works, and then once you know it, you can draw it much more convincingly. And however you want to adjust. If you want to suddenly adjust to draw a person with like a very, very long face, then you can do this thing much more convincingly. Or you want to like draw them with a very, very long face, but very tiny eye. This kind of thing, you can fiddle with it a lot without any too big of issues. Like, this is how you learn like how things work is much more better. And then another way for you to like explain it, to do this. What about when it comes to blood? Depends. If you want to learn how to draw blood, you technically just learn how to draw oil. Not exactly oil, like something viscous, but also same time very like watery in the same time, because you have to understand blood have plasma and red blood cell and quite a lot of things, but you just have to imagine the general structure of red blood cell and plasma, and then you can draw the consistency of like very loose but still kind of viscous material, because blood have a very red but also very brown textures, depends like how much oxygens the red blood cell have. So you can give up quite a different way to sort of like draw with that. It's fine, you can just keep drawing on your own. But another thing is like why I keep I have to emphasize about this, because like if you understand the structure a lot, you can actually just help yourself in a way. Like, imagine we have a bone in here. So, of course, we don't necessarily draw bone, but when you're coloring, once you're aware like there's a bone sort of like poking out in here, you can have a slightly higher highlight in this area when you're coloring it. And then you can, like, like this particular part is a little bit sunken, so you can have to color it a little bit like on the tiny bit like on the darker side. And then with that, you can do like lots of like shape and stuff. You can color it much more convincingly once you like are much more aware that bone and muscles and everything like that. You basically you have to need to know a lot of things. Sometimes you just skip and follow how people draw. Doesn't really help you that much. You really have to spend some time study like the inner part of quite a lot of things. Why it is like that. Why they do this kind of things. And that way it can help you to do quite a lot of work. And that will be the slightly off tangent of Kiray Vacuo lessons. But again, like sometimes when people look at my drawing, that they might felt like I don't really know how to draw, but also at the same time, actually I know how to draw. I just decided not to draw like how normal people do it. And just generally just like that. I just decided to draw how I wanted to, instead of like drawing like how people wanted to. I'm actually drawing a television screen, not television screen, like those kind of like mecha-ish kind of screen. I get a fake televisions and then see how things is going to go, but not doing great. This particular thing is not doing great. Like, it's good for my talk show thingy, but it's not good for like this particular thing. I think I have to customize draw myself. On a bit, I need to try to take that thing out. Yes, this one. So my talk show used to have this overlaid. This is for like 2 person, and then this is for like 1 person. So I have to redraw all my talk show. Like the televisions is basically just a very basic drawing. Everything I made here back then is just a very placeholder. It's not really like finished yet. I'm just putting like a very basic televisions just to, like judge the space, and then in futures I will do like some coloring to it, but it didn't how to say it? I just end up just stuck using this like very prototype-ish versions. Technically, even my Vtuber, I made it myself, but also same time, like it's because like the nature itself is like super prototype-ish. My first ever model, but I still end up using it for a year because originally I need to do like a full body, so I'm just do like a half body for testing, and then I just spend like a year of time once I kind of like do some testing, using that model. I can actually use that model now. Hold on. Yeah, I only got half my body. So imagine this, like I'm just rocking with this model for like my first year of like VTubing. It's my first ever model, I originally want to create like a full body of it, but I gone too lazy and then just end up just keep using this for the entire day, and then end up later on creating my 2.0. And you know a secret, I actually have 2 hands at this point. How long have I been streaming actually? Kind of curious. Let me take a look. I've been streaming like 2.5 hours. Huh. Been yapping more than doing my drawing. At least I managed to make this thing. 2 hours of work, only have this like reactive thingy with me. You know, this is the best mystery that even I cannot answer you. So far, I have no idea. Like, here's the thing. My skill as a streamer is talk. You know, just chat with people and have fun with it. This and that, yeah, that stuff. But I can't display that skill when I have no one in my chat. You know? And I guess it's also my natural ability of disappearing. Oh, hi, Taco! It's been a while. But again, like, I have this uncanny ability of getting not noticed at all. This is my like tiny like issues that I have even in real life. I can walk around and scare the crap out of people without really trying to hide myself. And I didn't even want to scare the shit out of people. It's just like people just do not notice me. My presence is actually very low. Then thank you for trying, boy. Hold on a bit, I'm drinking some milk tea. Yeah, generally, I'm just being a nuisance, just keep spamming, hey, I'm streaming, hey, I'm streaming, hey, I'm streaming. I guess it's also like, because of that, not a lot of people like want to come to watch my stream, because, holy heck, this man is annoying. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe. But I already comes in terms that, yeah, nobody's going to come and watch me. That's the thing. Because like back in the days, like I'm going to repeat this story again. So Taco, close your ears. Nah, just going to be a long story short. I did have a ride of like high fame back in the days, like 6 years ago, and then I delete the entire channel, and then I restart in Twitch, and then COVID happened because I'm a Malaysian Chinese, like, and then like when COVID happened, lockdown, lots of like, you know, like hate rate and stuff, specifically target at Asians. So like I have to like went on hiatus because of that, and then came back as a Vtuber. So like I did switch a lot, even though like I have like rise and fall twice. Like it is a very funny story. Like usually people have like like this kind of like situation, like rise and fall situations. They usually have some like scandal stuff happen, or like they did some shit, or some drama happened. They have to like turn off their like. And basically, they just like a shit off that person and got discovered, or like some like life issues happen, and then they decided to like just, you know, drop off the entire like streaming gig and stuff. I have rise and fall twice, but twice doesn't involve those kind of things. First is because like back then, like again, Facebook back then is not that bad. Well, they haven't been exposed to be that bad. And a lot of people actually stream on Facebook back then. And I was also streaming on Facebook, but I stream on Facebook, the reason for it is just trying to have fun, to be honest. I just trying to have fun and do a lot of like this kind of like OBS stuff, and you know, try to upgrade my OBS, learn how to use OBS, teach people how to use OBS. OBS 7 years ago, they are super not like user friendly. You literally have to program stuff to actually make things work. And let me try to bring out this particular things to like prove that you really need like programming to make it work. So just look at this itself. Let me expand this big enough. So you see this custom CSS. So you basically have to write programming shit to make things work. And most of the legacy stuff is still there, so you can like see lots of things is working there. So if you want to make lots of things work in OBS, you really have to program the shit out of it, and then I basically live studying it and then teach people, retranslate in a much more understanding manner to teach people how to use it properly. And then I know back then plugin still exists, but plugin also same time is really not user friendly too. You actually do have to finesse some try to do some programming stuff to actually activate the plugin in the first place. It's that difficult, and I only do those kind of things like for fun. I create like a Facebook page and then start streaming just for fun to learn how to use OBS. And like I'm kind of like a person who came from like the first and second generations of YouTube. I want to become like a YouTuber back then, so I learned quite a lot how to do like video filming, this and that, yada stuff. How to do lighting, key light, soft light, backlight, everything, yada yada stuff. How to use camera setting, this and that. So when I came in streaming, I came in streaming with my face, of course, and then like do a lot of always like being very enthusiastic about like a lot of like streaming equipment, how to make a stream better, like on the production level, and then this and that. Had a lot of fun. It's basically my hobby back then, just teaching people stuff. But sadly, here's the thing. Sadly, I am streaming with my actual like Facebook account, so in a way I'm doxing myself. Once I start to my stream somehow start getting picked up by a lot of people, like maybe like 2 to 3K at first, and then I was like, wow, why are there so many people here? And then like later on, like I want to change my name, first time request, reject. Around that time, waiting for like the reject message come in, I'm already like around like 8 to 10K people watching me. And I'm not saying view, I'm saying like live view. So basically it's like 10K pair of eyes is like watching my stream. I was like, holy shit. And then I got myself like a capture card, like a very cheap ass like made in China like capture card. And then try to like stream like PS4 game. And then Spider-Man came out. I tried to play Spider-Man, do all those like Taskmaster challenge, get all the gold. And then roleplay as a Batman, just play all full stealth. And somehow that even got me even more viewer. So the peak I have is like 25K at peak like live viewer and then I was like, oh shit. And then second time I request to change my page name because I don't want to get myself doxxed. So finally, when I hit my like 25K peak, I decided to like wait a bit, so like start streaming in like other accounts, this and that other stuff. I realized that once you start getting picked up, it really depends on a lot. You can do the same ass thing on different account, that account would just basically have 0 people. And then that account, the 25k account that I have, like holy shit, it's just like always growing. Like even drop is just like 8k or 7k. It's just really luck dependent. Make me realize. So I already learned about this kind of things. Like no matter how good your skill is, if nobody's seeing you, like you can do like 360 backflip 3 times in a row, land perfectly with a ta-da. If nobody sees you, nobody sees you. For me, I'm not really saying I can do a very amazing talent stuff, but still, it's decent enough, the production skill, but it never really got picked up. And it's weird. Not really say weird, it's like, it's usually standard. Because that nowadays, even more people are streaming, more VTuber is popping out. So like, among all those haystack you need to find me, is pretty much almost like impossible. Yeah, like that kind of stuff does happen. So at this current moment, if I find like my current content works and I just keep doing it, if you believe, you really have a certain level of tenacity. Long as you believe in yourself, just keep doing the thing that you know in the long run it will get picked up, and then people will start like dig through your stuff and then just keep watching it over and over. Like bingeable stuff, the stuff that you create, you know people can binge on it. It's not like just a one-time thing. You just keep doing it, and then one day you get picked up. You're just going to like gain a lot from it. Just be consistent with your things. This is why when people say be consistent with your with what you are doing, that is the key thing. Is to believe that the thing you are doing now, in the long run, is going to do good. And then if you just continue to do that, when you finally get picked up, yeah, your effort does show. Like your effort will finally like get shown, something like that. And also, sorry, Taco, I neglected you a little bit. Let me highlight your word. Taco, use Streamlabs OBS a little bit more user friendly. I can tell you one thing: Streamlabs OBS is the shittiest. I hate to like downplay this thing, but I can say Streamlabs OBS is the shittiest. So like streaming software can have. Especially for VTuber. Here's the thing. Streamlabs OBS did a lot of shit. Just try to put themselves on the pedestal. And they basically steal lots of people like plug-in content, this and that stuff, because like OBS itself is open source. And then Streamlabs, I refuse to call it OBS, is because basically Streamlabs is copy pasting almost everything in a very unoptimizable way. So when you use Streamlabs, it actually use much more like processing power than a normal OBS with a bunch of plugin does. So they are not really optimized at all. So if you use a VTuber, practically is you already have a game start up. You have a game, and then you play another game. So basically have 2 games running, and then Streamlabs, which is not really that optimized, eats further your processing power. That is why like some of the things, like even though you know you have a beefy computers, it will still like have a little bit like issues, lagging stuff, like this and that, yada stuff like happens to your own stream, and then you don't know what the heck is happening. Sometimes your VTube studio is not functioning well, or your game is not functioning well. Yeah, that's the thing. Depends on how are you going to use. Like I say, like OBS is like it's basically like, you can imagine this. Streamlabs is the weaker versions, or not weaker version, a poor man version of Apple, and then OBS is just basically Android. Android can do a lot of customized shit on it. and then like long as you know what you're doing, you can have like a very nice experience. Streamlab is basically just have everything like they put it as user friendly as possible, but also same time not for you to use. But the caveat is, yeah, basically everything running under the banner, and then they don't really optimize their stuff as much, almost like a you know, Apple does that shit. And then again, like I say, they have a tendency of stealing other people's content and then just copy and paste it into their systems, and then without even like optimizing it. If they are doing those kind of shit, how about just using OBS and just use the original people who did that plugin? Just download this plugin in, and then you can work it however you want. And currently, like you can see, like everything I hear is basically just multiple plugin that I downloaded, and then it works pretty well. As long as you know what you're doing. Again, if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, I'm not really like telling you to stop using Streamlab. Like Streamlab have their own thing. For me, I have a reason I don't use it, and then I told you the reason about it. But doesn't mean I'm going to just straight up telling you to, no, don't use Streamlab, it's shit, something like that. It's not something that really I should say, because like I can tell, like essentially I personally also believe in one thing. I will not complain, not complain. I will not tell people what you should do. It's more like what you could do. It's like there's no absolute way to do one thing. There's only optimum way to do one thing. So yeah. And just basically like the disingenuity like come from like Streamlab is that they keep insisting they are not copying other people's stuff, and then you look at the code like, in some of the plugin, not plugin, the thing they offer is practically just a copy and paste plugin. And then, you know, like OBS update, they actually follow copy and paste the OBS code. Basically, they just have like a nice overlay, but at the end, it's just like a, yeah, if you played Minecraft before, yes, Streamlab is essentially a mod pack for like how Minecraft does things. Essentially, they are still at the end is Minecraft, but with a mod pack that they just collectively take all other people's works and then create it as a mod pack and then put it in there and then ask people money for it. Get what I'm saying? The scummy version of mod pack. Ooh, then you should sleep. Yeah, I also have some sleeping issues too. Sometimes I really can't sleep no matter how much I wanted to. Like, there is sometimes that I want to sleep so much. I really want to sleep so much that I actually was like tempted to slam my head into a wall and knock myself out, kind of like really want to sleep. But I can't. You know, like the brain functions not really that well. I have like some medical conditions that make me hard to sleep. Yeah, that kind of stuff that does happen to me. If you really want to have like OBS, use OBS and then want to try out, there's lots of like resources for you to like let me, you know, pull this thing out, but let me turn this thing off first. Not you. Where do you say you're from? Oh, I'm from Malaysia. Malaysia. Depends. Usually when I stream around this hour, maybe most people coming here is from the western side. And if I stream at my nighttime, should be like around like, yeah, generally it's just like Southeast Asia time, my audience. Currently my time is more or less, yeah, it's generally people from like the Western time, because Malaysia time is, and most of the active Western side is basically just the complete opposite of time. Yeah, we live in the opposite of the world. Yay! Actually, I have a friend in Texas too. He's also a VTuber. But originally, he temporarily lived in Japan, so we collab and then like have a lot of fun. But yeah, temporarily lived there, so he still have, at the end, he still have to go back to Texas. So yeah, still waiting for him to sometime drop into my stream, which you are in Texas, and then you managed to drop into my stream, and then he still haven't. I'm going to complain to him. Like, how come this person can't come in and he's in Texas and then you haven't come in yet? I'm sad now. Nah, he's actually really busy. He's now like studying like medical stuff. So yeah. Hold on a bit. Currently, like Taco, I'm going to give you this link. It helps you, like he gave like, the top 10 actually is quite good. Currently, I'm still using this top 10 because that's what we call the goated, like OBS stuff. And if you want to like have a very advanced stream alert, like how Streamlab uses, technically, you can use this thing, Stream Element, or if you want to go for more advanced stuff, there's this thing. There's this thing called Streamer.bot. Yeah, Streamer.bot, like you can create a lot of like bot stuff that happening around. Like you can add like something called like alert. Like aside from using Stream Element, you can use this to so like trigger YouTube. Maybe on general you get a new subscriber, and then new subscriber. When there's a new subscriber, you do this like welcome something like that. You can type things out. You can do quite a lot of stuff with it, customize stuff. But at the end, you still need to customizingly learn quite a lot of stuff. So yeah, if anyone, like, I think on the Western side it's like very late night for you guys already. So yeah, you guys have fun. Get some sleep. I'm already half a little bit. If you have Stream Element, why you use Streamlab? Sorry there. I got a little bit emotional about that because like essentially like the only thing I see like the benefit Streamlab have is the alert system they have. You know, like those kind of like chat box, this and that, yeah, that stuff. But Stream Element basically is like the thing that cover up what's the only thing that Stream Element have to OBS. Like you can use it to compare. So yeah. Streamlab essentially is just a service. They copy and paste lots of things and then make it as a service. Just that. Yeah, the link I gave you is there, and then there's a few more links I really want to give it to you. Like, hold on a bit. Yeah, remember to save those links. It can help you a lot. This dude, he does a lot of like very creative stuff too for being a VTuber. And then this is them teaching you how to use the streamer.bot. And then if you want your stream to be a little bit interactive on the easier side, streamer.bot, you can have your chat interact with your OBS stuff. Like literally interact with your OBS stuff that can turn on and off your sources and stuff like that. Depends on how you program it. But if you want it simpler, you can use this. Don't worry, if you can't, like I say, there are people who use Android. There's people who use Apple. I'm not going to diss them. They can't fully unlock the Android functionality. If Streamlab helps you, makes you easier to use it, yeah, just go for it. I just personally don't like Streamlab because like their business practice is not really that good, and this is why like I can do what Streamlab already can do. Why do I need to use Streamlab, which is like a slightly worse version of OBS? And since I can do it, then I'll just choose normal OBS and then download all the things that I needed to use the plugin, and then I'll just use them properly that way. Like if you have functions that you really need, and then you know how to do it in like normal OBS, then you can just choose OBS. If you have the function you need, you don't know how to do it on OBS, either A, you know how to learn it, then it's fine. If you don't know how to learn it, just keep using Streamlabs. It's not a big penalty. It's just sometimes like you might mention Streamlabs, and then people who really use a lot of like OBS, they would just like, wait, what? Sometimes like that. You just have to get used to it. It's basically just like it's just like you announce that you actually use Apple iPhone, and then while everyone is using Android, and then they'd be like, wait, what? Or like you use everyone using normal computers, like Windows computers or Linux computers to play games, and then you say like, yeah, I bought like a Mac to play some games, and then they would look at you again like, wait, what? This kind of things will happens in general. Like people bought that particular thing or use that particular thing have their own reason. So but still at the end, some people will still say, wait, what? So you have to get used to it. if you don't really have the ability to like do the things like in a very like advanced way, then just choose a simple method. There's no wrong. Let me go back to... Yeah, I'm going back to the scene. Why? Easy! It's because I need to take a break, and I am very hungry. It's around 11:30. Wait, let me take a look again. 11:50 is almost reaching 12. It's almost afternoon. Let me get some brunch to eat. I woke up very early in the morning, like 5 a.m. and then I fiddled with like some of my computer stuff, setting up like streamer.bot. Yeah, you have to set that thing up if you really want to use it, because it does take some like programming energy to do it. The easier one is like like I say again, like the very creative like dude that do a lot of like special stuff as a Vtuber, PNG Vtuber thingy. Like yeah, it's pretty fun. His method is much more easier. Using streamer.bot is much more like you have to know like how to do like sequence programming and stuff like that. Flowchart, yes, flowchart. But yeah, I have a blast chatting with you all, even though I didn't draw anything. Actually, I did draw something. Yeah, the thing that behind me that move around, yes, I draw that. The entire drawing session I just made this thing. And technically I did draw the televisions, but it's not really functioning that well. But either way, yeah, this is what I made so far. Unlike yesterday I just basically rushed. I just practically rushed this thing yesterday. So, yeah. And then the fun part is this thing. Taka. chika. I need to download some like sound effect for this thing, because I actually downloaded a plugin that like if I trigger some things, it will like trigger other things. So if I create like sound effect, like it was like in hide mode, and then like when I sort of like hide this like art projector scene, and then that sound effect will like trigger it and then start playing in the stream. I really need something like that. I already got that plugin like downloaded, so all I need to do is find a suitable sound for it. In the features. By the way, again, let's go back to here, and it's time. Thank you very much for watching. I enjoy what we have today. And as always, stay healthy, stay safe. Until next time, stay tuned on the next stream. Bye-bye. I still haven't created an end scene yet, so yeah, again, I'm just going to stop the stream.